What if I told you that as of this morning, I'm earning over 8% yield on my CC? That's not a myth, and it's not as risky as you think. Over the last couple months, the Canton DeFi ecosystem has just built out tremendously, bringing in yield options, staking options, as well as lending, borrowing, and assortment of different things, not to mention connection to Ethereum through the EVM sidechain. The DeFi system is ramping up at an exponential pace on the Canton network, along with appreciating price. Over the last week alone, I'm earning over 8% APY on my CC while it's appreciated over 13% in price. This is exactly why people get into DeFi and exactly why people are excited about crypto. Again, short disclaimer, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You should always do your own research and your own due diligence. Investing comes with the risk of loss, and participating in DeFi at some points can be risky. But me personally, the fact that this is DeFi on the Canton network, the #1 network for privacy and security, at least that's what they're building themselves around, I feel a lot more confident. So on top of that, on top of the 8% yield, we also got word from Yuval Rooz in regards to the private burn mechanism. Again, the burn to mint equilibrium, the burning of CC moving to the private subnet chains. I told you we were going to be tracking that, and we do have new information straight from Yuval's mouth in regards to what is going on with that. So buckle up, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you engage in the chat. We will do the full live Q&A as soon as we get through the end of this. We have a lot of good information, and I know a lot of you want to earn yield on your CC, because as DeFi has been continuing to ramp out in regards to the Canton network, if you've been on this stream long enough, you know that I'm trying to solve that very painful problem of getting your CC from exchange to wallet to DeFi, and we are finally having success in doing so, creating an easy, streamlined way to do it. But before we get too far into the stream, before we start really moving things out, it is Friday, and Friday is Membership Appreciation Day from now on. So I want to holler out to my new members from this week, CC Validator, Travis Chapman, and Maiko and Ramadan. Hopefully I pronounced all those correctly, but thank you to every single one of you for becoming a member. Again, members only live streams are every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central, where we do a where we do a Zoom meeting and everyone can discuss ideas, one-on-one activity. It's the closest thing you're going to get other than scheduling a private coaching. So that being said, let's hop into the information. Let me get back to the correct screen so we can cover everything today. So as it stands right now, what is the alpha that you guys are wanting to hear about? Most retail doesn't know this yet. Crap, most non-retail doesn't know this yet because it was announced as a reply to a comment yesterday. Yuval Rooz, we have an early model of how to charge for CC burn in sub networks. We're looking at different use cases to make sure the model scales across models, and if so, we will run it through the tokenomics committee and then roll it out. It's a top priority, but we want to make sure we get it right. Emphasizing and echoing what he said earlier on the stream, but they do have an early model they're working on right now. We'll see an announcement before it becomes live, but this is proof that it is being worked on and it is the priority of Canton Network. But on top of that, we have DeFi news. Temple adopts Chainlink. Temple is the leading private platform on the Canton network and the #1 exchange in regards to Canton Coin. And on top of that, I now, and some of you will have access to Alpend, DeFi, and yield. Right now, I'm earning 8% yield on my Canton Coin. I'm going to show you guys how we do that. It's currently in a closed private beta, but they did tell me they're going to give me 5 to 10 access codes for my members. If you want early access to earn yield on your CC, stick around, make sure you're subscribed, because I will be handing those out when I get them. But we have Temple on Canton. We have Chainlink integration on the Canton network. We have privacy preserving markets on the Canton network. And along with the institutional DeFi, we're now getting retail DeFi where you yourself can earn yield on your CC. while most retail is just watching the price targets, we're earning yield on our CC. This is how we get ahead in these DeFi models. Again, not financial advice, do your own research. But on top of this, in regards to the Clarity Act, or not in regards to, but with the Clarity Act advancing yesterday, and I'll answer any questions on that you guys want, Yuval is really stepping it up. He's saying a network activity should work for its retail users instead of its retail users playing hot potato for its network. We have to look at the tokenomics behind our projects. There's a pump ongoing right now with Clarity, and then everyone gave it back with a few exceptions, and those are the tokens with real use case, real utility, and real tokenomics. And we're going to see this shake out over the next 5 years, over the long term. If a token does not offer any real utility, it's going to go away. We're hearing this not only from just Yuval Rooz, but we're also hearing it from JPMorgan, Goldman Sachs, and others, that if a network does not step up its utility and actually perform real world use cases, they're going to start to go away. And we're going to cover that here in a little bit as well. But on May 14th, a network must deliver real utility to holders per Yuval Rooz. That is his direct response to retail frustration about dumping tokens. And he has echoed this multiple times. His message is consistent. The missing piece is the private subnet burns. We want to see this roll out before July 13th when the DTCC pilot kicks off. But what is all running on these private subnets? The Broadridge repo, Goldman Sachs private subnet, HQLA Plus that just transferred over from R3 Corda, and of course, the repo markets that are expanding, not to mention the Japanese bond market pilot that's going on right now, and many more that are all running through the private subnet. Right now, the burn to mint ratio is about a 0.6 to a 0.7, burning 2.5 million average CC per day. And that's only what's going through the main global synchronizer, not any of these projects that are running on the private subnets. And that is coming soon, confirmed by Yuval Rooz. What do you think that's going to do to the burn to mint equilibrium? What do you think that's going to do to that ratio when that finally goes live and those actually start burning meaningful amounts of Canton coin? It's really going to decrease the available supply and put a lot of pressure and buy pressure itself on the token. The tokenomics impact would be accelerating the burn to mint equilibrium ratio. Repo markets, collateral flows, private trading, and institutional settlement all burning CC through the private subnets would create a much higher demand for Canton coin and a large amount of deflationary pressure. Economics 101 says that would drive the price of the token up. And when incentives are aligned, because remember, they have to burn the CC, but all of these major players are earning CC. So it behooves them to participate in the network to cover their fees, which is going to continue to grow the network and build out more DeFi protocols for us, the retail users. And another piece of information, Ledger support is coming to the Canton network. After months of relentless pestering, I finally was able to get an answer from Ledger. They said we don't have an exact ETA to share at the moment, but our development team is actively working on integration of Canton support into the Ledger wallet. I followed up with them as well, asking to be a personal tester. They seemed interested once this rolls out and working with the Longview Crew app. So once this rolls out, once Wallet Connect is live, because it's rolling out, I'm working with the Cypher Rock wallet team now, talking about Canton Network, talking about Wallet Connect with them, trying to find out if that's going to be happening anytime soon, but also working with Braun Wallet. Wallet Connect is coming to them. Just confirmed with Loop, Console Loop Wallet, again, which is the easiest one to gain access to, and it's completely free if you need a Canton Coin wallet. But the Console Loop Wallet or Loop Wallet from 5 North is the easiest, cheapest, or is the easiest and free wallet that you can use. And I'm actually using that to participate in my yield staking through Alpend. So Ledger support will increase more retail buying. I don't know why I have two of the same slide. Next, Temple and Chainlink institutional markets live on Canton Network. What does this mean for us, the retail user? Again, now Temple is the first private trading platform on Canton. Adopts Chainlink to power fast, privacy-preserving spot markets. With crypto, commodities, and equities to follow, Chainlink Data Streams is unlocking secure institutional markets for Temple, New York. There's a very, very important reason I bring up this exact post. With crypto, commodities, and equities to follow, Chainlink Data Streams is unlocking secure institutional markets on Temple, New York. So they have more to follow on Temple, New York. And right now, don't forget, Temple, New York is the #1 contributor to the burn to mint ratio, or the burning of CC. They handle 15% of all the burn CC goes through their platform. So the fact that they are ramping up more and more is good for us. It means a higher burn rate for CC. And when we're talking about crypto markets, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, commodities like gold, oil, and silver, and not to mention the equities as well, all of this is going to be flowing through Temple, New York, and because of that, the global synchronizer on the Canton network. And again, this is just one platform, guys. It happens to be the biggest one that's actually contributing to the burn of CC right now. But in the grand scheme of things of what's taking place on the private subnets, this is just a drop in the bucket of what's actually taking place. And that's why I get so excited about what's actually taking place on the Canton network. And I'm excited about what's taking place on the Canton network for us, the retail users. Canton DeFi ramp up, Alpend yield, and more. So Alpend now offering 8.32% staking yield for your Canton coin. I put mine in personally this morning. It was easy. It took me less than 5 minutes to do. I transferred it straight, or you connect your Loop wallet straight to them, and it will pull it straight from there. You can sign in your Loop wallet straight from their website, just like you're going to be able to in the Longview Crew app, being able to sign for top-ups and things like that just by connecting a wallet. They're doing that with yield. And these are the things that I'm wanting to try and give you guys access to. Now, again, you can see this is on a private beta right now, but they are going to give me 5 to 10 access codes just for my members. So make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Make sure you keep an eye out for that. Follow me on X at Longview Crypto. So what does this mean? Supply CC. You provide your CC, you stake it there, you can withdraw it at any time. You earn yield, 8.32% for CC, or if you want to convert it to USDX, which is the Canton network version of USDC, you can earn 17.53% in yield just for staking USDC. Stake your dollar, earn 17.5%. It's not bad. It's built for institutions and has privacy by design. It is MEV free, protected execution, no front running, completely fair markets. Private position. It's your position, your business. I'm showing you mine. But just because I'm showing you mine doesn't mean you need to show me yours. And borrowing assets. This does more than yield. You can actually borrow against your balance as well. And I'll show you guys that if you want. But again, DeFi is ramping up. You now have the option to not only remove your CC from an exchange, store it securely in either a software wallet or a cold storage wallet, and deploy it in DeFi. You have the full working stack, and the private subnet burns are escalating per Yuval Rooz. Not to mention the macro tailwinds. We haven't talked a ton about what's going on in the world lately because we've been focused so much on different crypto projects. But when we look at what's happening with Moody's, what's happening with the China and US trade stabilization talks yesterday, per China, mind you, President Xi Jinping said the US have made important progress on trade discussions. They want the same things, and this came from China, not from Trump. So I believe it. That being said, nearly all large US banks are building digital asset teams per Moody's. It's going to be slow, and then it's going to be fast. We've heard this not once, but twice from other players in the crypto space. Heslin Kim said the same exact thing about the Canton network when the DTCC announcement went through. It's going to start slow. We're going to see a trickle in July, and it'll increase, and then a flood in October once all of these banks, all of these major players start coming on chain. It's going to happen. And why is it going to happen? Because Clarity Act is moving forward. It's not passed, it's moving forward. We got out of the Senate Banking GOP committee yesterday with a 15-9 bipartisan vote. So it did clear through. They want to work on the ethics stuff still. So what comes next? They're going to take that banking GOP portion of the bill. They're going to combine it with the ag portion of the bill that took place in January. They have to create one big full bill for the Crypto Clarity Act and then vote on that on the Senate floor. Because so many changes were made after it passes the Senate floor, if it passes the Senate floor, then it has to go back to the House to be reconciled because so many changes happen. They just have to approve all the changes essentially, and then it makes it to the president's desk to be potentially signed into law. So we still have a few steps to go. Hopefully we get everything done before the end of summer. A lot of people have a target of 4th of July. To me, as long as it's done before midterms, that's really all I care about in the grand scheme of things. But another thing, echoing what Yuval said earlier, JPMorgan, without network activity, Ethereum and altcoins will continue to lag behind Bitcoin. Real activity comes from DeFi and real world applications. So basically echoing what Yuval was saying, no utility, you're going away, no money. So we have to pay attention to that. But that being said, Ethereum has a ton of money. It has BlackRock money market funds. It has JPMorgan money market funds. Ethereum is not going anywhere. I'm not personally invested in it, but we can see where the money's going. I do say follow the money. The money shows you where to go. How this all compounds for us, the CC holders, the wonderful retail layer that no one likes to pay attention to, the island of misfit toys, so to speak. Multiple catalysts are now starting to take shape for the Canton coin. Higher real-world usage once the private subnets go, but instead of that, not even just the private subnets, the burns are still accelerating with more and more activity coming onto the network. More CC burns equals higher usage, more burns, and more scarcity. The private burns are accelerating. Ledger integration is incoming. Temple and Chainlink are increasing the private spot markets, and Alpend is giving retail what they finally want, and that is access to earn yield on their CC. Macro tailwinds are escalating. Clarity Act, banks, and war tensions? Trade tensions are starting to decrease in regards to China. So what does all of this mean for us, the retail holder? It's sustainable growth for CC. It accelerates the burn-to-mint ratio. It has more activity, and retail benefits directly, not the utility over the hot potato incident. Stronger network fundamentals will continue to compound. Real utility is going to drive real demand. They can play all they want, but until they actually have real utility, it's just a meme coin. It's that simple. So what do you need to pay attention to as retail? What can you do now to be in your best possible situation? Stay informed, stay ahead, and stay compounded. Make sure you're staying up to date on what's going on with the subnet burn rollout. That is going to be the single biggest piece of information that's going to impact us as retail holders and our price of CC. If you can, if you feel comfortable with it, start exploring your DeFi options. There are ways to earn yield and actually put your CC to work. Also, track the ledger integration progress. Even if you don't need a wallet, it's not coming to Tangem anytime soon. It's not coming to LAPAL anytime soon. And it's not coming to Decent anytime soon. I've spoken with all three of those wallet providers, and none of them even have this on their roadmap right now. So Canton support is not going to be coming to those three wallets anytime soon. Ledger's actively working on it, and if you need a cold storage wallet for your CC, the CypherRock X1 does work. I have the link in the description for you, and I did a full setup video live on it to show you how easy it is. Watch the DTCC timeline for July and October. Again, this is going to be another major part, and hopefully they have the private subnet burns figured out before July when this actually goes live. Again, the pilot's supposed to start July 13th for the DTCC. And last but not least, for the love of God, guys, do your own research. I appreciate that you guys trust me and love listening to me. But please do your own research, because even I can make mistakes. And the last thing I want any of you to do is get burned and lose money. I don't want anyone to lose money. The entire purpose of this channel is to create a long-term investing mindset in crypto and help everyone make money. I hope you all make a ton of money. But until then, be safe, do your own due diligence. Now, we covered all that, but I do want to show you guys some stuff. As of right now, Canton Coin's back up to 16.5 cents, bouncing off of its retest of 15.8. But Alpend, for those of you who are interested in Alpend, here it is. This is all it looks like. It's really that simple, that straightforward, that easy. Right now, I have already earned 0.26 CC in rewards, and I just put it in this morning. Right now, I currently have over 14,000 CC staked at 8.32% annual API yield. It is that simple. As you can see, I'm connected with my Loop wallet. And again, I'm sharing this with you, but no one can see this unless I show it to you. It is fully private. And right now, currently, I still have 909 available CC in my wallet. So I want to show you how easy this is. Once you have your wallet hooked up, which I have a Loop wallet, it was very simple. But once you have a wallet hooked up, you simply pick which one you want to do. I have CC in my wallet. You can see I have 909 available right here. I want to supply more CC because I want to earn that. So this little screen pops up. I'm going to put in 25 more CC. And then I'm going to review the transaction. Yes, confirm. I want to put in 25 CC. It's going to make me sign and confirm my wallet. Yes, I want to transfer the 25 CC. This is from my Loop wallet. And then I have to enter in my private PIN because it's making me sign the transaction right now. So I just signed my private PIN. It's confirming. The estimated gas fees are 3.26 CC. So it is going to charge me some CC. Just to do that, you do have to pay some gas. But there it is. Now my CC is in here and ready to go. So now I'm up to 14.16K CC, all earning yield at 8.32%. So it is available to you. If you guys want, follow me on X at Longview Crypto. And here's Alpend right here. You can follow them at Alpend HQ on X. If you wanted to. You can also join their waitlist now. But again, I will be having whitelist options for 5 to 10 people. As soon as I get those, I will be sure to let you know, because I'm sure a lot of you are excited to be earning with your CC. But that is all the news. Real quickly too, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to check the description. Go to longviewcompute.com. It gives you access to my app, the waitlist, all of those things. Follow me on X at Longview Crypto if you want a beta code to get access to the app. We are building out more and more. DeFi protocols are coming, and I have a full list of all the different DeFi protocols on my app for you if you're interested in that. This is your portal to Canton DeFi. Right here is what the Longview Compute app or Longview Crew app, whatever you want to call it. This is your portal to Canton DeFi. Just like you saw in Alpend, you can see my wallet is connected. From here, I can send CC or USD. I can do traffic top-ups. I can create a transfer pre-approval. I can even mint my very own artistic NFT. And you can learn about all of it in a safe, controlled way without ever risking a single Canton coin until you are ready. Everything is non-custodial. They're always your keys. I never touch your crypto. I never see your crypto. I am the facilitator. I'm just here to make it easy for you. With that being said, let's hop in the chat and see how everyone's doing today. Hopefully the chat is moving today. Daniel Green was first in the house today, saying hello, Scott and everybody. Happy Friday. Long-term holder says Binance and Coinbase listings will be another catalyst. Yes, if we ever do get them. I don't know. I honestly don't know if I care about a Coinbase listing. I know it'll be good for the token as far as getting more purchasing on it, but I hate Coinbase so much. Good afternoon, Longview, said Raul. Welcome, welcome. Michael Watson in the house today. Kelly, hello. Hope you're having a good day. Hey, Kelly, it told me your email wasn't valid, by the way. I sent you an email. It got sent back telling me your email wasn't valid anymore. The store around the corner in his baseball spirit. Let's go, crypto. Let's go. Dun, dun, dun. Crypto pain in the house today. One Titan supply keeps increasing, but price keeps creeping upwards. When the burns start, it probably will be violent. It very well could be. And don't forget about FOMO. FOMO is an option, and people are finally starting to get word out here. William J. Campbell said, I would be honored to receive a DeFi code. While I have not gotten any of the Alpend early access codes yet, when I do have them, I will be giving them away live in stream to the Canton users. I might have to give a couple away on X because I do have a following there as well. So if you want double chance to get one of those whitelist codes, be sure to follow me on X too. But I will have a stream when I get those codes, and I'll be handing them away. And Alpend is going to come on the channel. Their founder is going to join me as well for an interview, and I'm sure I'll be able to give away some codes then as well. Why is Ondo price higher than Canton? Because it's attached to Ondo Finance. I mean, the tokenomics aren't any good on it. Right now, it's just appreciating off of buy volume. People are buying it because of the tokenization wave. I have a feeling that a lot of it's probably going to sell off. It's already pulled back from like 43 to 30 something cents. So yeah, it's up a lot, but it was down a lot too. It pulled up a lot of ground. Be honest with you, I sold a lot of it at 43 because I told you guys I was getting out of Ondo and I was moving into Zebek and Hyperliquid. James Francis is loving the DeFi options. Gray BX, educate yourself or don't buy crypto. It's priced higher because it has lower supply. Canton has higher market cap total value. Well, right now, he's actually technically right, Will. The burn to mint equilibrium, the burn to mint ratio is at like a 0.65. So the supply is increasing technically because we're not in a deflationary burn to mint ratio yet. So technically, he is correct. The supply is increasing while the price is increasing right now until the token goes deflationary. SVJ says he's stacking CC now before it's too late. Kid Cryptic, question, the Clarity Act, the banks wanted to stop yield on stablecoins. What's going to happen on the yield on the Canton stablecoin? Well, the CC is not a Canton stablecoin. You're talking about the USDCX. So yes, you cannot leave your token sitting idle. It has to be moved with activity, right? Active-based, rewards-based are allowed. So by contributing in a liquidity pool, that is active DeFi. You are lending your CC to Alpend. Okay? So that is the workaround. It's still considered activity. The only thing in the Clarity Act is you cannot earn yield on dormant stablecoins. You can't just let it sit in a savings account and collect yield. Only the banks get to do that, not the stablecoin issuers. Didn't Yuval say something during your interview about being cautious when someone offers high yields? He seemed very leery about that, I thought. Yes, he did. He said, with all yield comes risk. So when you're looking, he's like, if you're looking at 20% yield, he says, show me the risk. You notice I did not get involved with the 17% yield for the USDCX, and I only put in a fraction of my CC into the yield for the 8.32%. So yes, you are correct. All DeFi comes with risk. And if you're getting 20% of yield, there's some risk there. You need to pay attention. But I fully agree with you, Kelly. We need to be aware of the risks of DeFi. Absolutely. That's an excellent point. Got here late. How can you get 8% on CC? I was feeling like crap until I hit the like button. Yeah, that's right, guys. If you want to feel better, if you want to uplift your day, try hitting the like button. It actually makes you feel better. It's free. You won't even break a sweat. It's really that simple. The store around the corner says, I just bought more Canton. Why wasn't this included in the original tokenomic model? Without this token, it's not worth holding. Why wasn't this included in the original tokenomic model? Without this token, without this token is not worth holding. Well, this just became available as far as the yield, but this token's absolutely worth holding. The tokenomics have not changed. Are you talking about the private burn? Why wasn't it included? I strongly suggest, if that's the case, I strongly suggest you go back and look at the interview I did with Yuval Rooz. He explains why it takes so long to roll out the burn for the private subnetworks. They can't mess it up. One of these things, these major institutions do not tolerate is incompetence. If they roll something out and jack it up, they're never going to work with them again. And their primary focus was to onboard as much business as possible and figure out the payments later. And quite frankly, I think it's the smartest thing they could have done. If you look at all the activity that's coming to the network, now they can figure out how to work the burn ratio for those people. Good afternoon, Longview crew. Make sure you hit that like button on your way in. I do appreciate that. The like button is the best way to help the stream grow and the best way to get this kind of content out to more people. RLCSC says, it's hilarious to me that I can buy crap like Dogecoin and Pepe and Bonk, but I can't buy Canton or Hype or Zebek on Coinbase in New York. I see how they are protecting me. I know. I mean, you couldn't buy Canton on Coinbase whether you're in New York or not, to be honest with you, but Coinbase is what they are. Again, OKX, Robinhood, Kraken, all of them offer CC, and all three of those will allow you to transfer your CC off of the exchange. There's a link to OKX in the description. They're giving out $30 of free Bitcoin just for creating an account and depositing $1. Might as well get the free money if you want it. How do we get them codes for wallets like Canton 8 wallet or Braum wallet? Without those, I can't get one. And what's the minimum Caleb and Brown accepts? So the Canton 8 wallet, I don't have. Braun, I didn't need a code. That was really easy to sign up. Same with the Loop wallet, didn't need a code. Caleb and Brown minimum purchases is $500 per purchase. That is the downfall to Caleb and Brown, but because the minimum purchase is $500. But other than that, you get the free institutional custody and access to more tokens than you would get on a regular exchange. And as far as the Alpend codes, those will be coming later. But Braun, you shouldn't need a code. Canton 8, I haven't used. That's more of an institutional wallet. I would suggest Loop, Braun, or Cypher Rock are my three favorites. Sorry, I just really hate Coinbase and New York. I agree with you on Coinbase. I dislike Coinbase as well. Coinbase blows. Do you think CC will ever get listed on Coinbase or Binance, or no, because Canton doesn't play their games? More give exchanges allocations as gifts. I'm sure it'll happen eventually. At some point, it's going to be beneficial for Binance and Coinbase to list it. If everyone's buying a token, remember, Binance and Coinbase, they get paid based off trading fees, and they want those trading fees. Everyone's trading fees are down. So if there's a token that's trading, they want to hold it because they want those fees. Tangent has yield mode for stablecoins. There you go. And again, that is active staking. You have to actively select it, and you can do that in Tangent, yes. Where you put your stable coins to work. There you go. I don't use, honestly, I don't really keep stable coins. I have some. I have about $1,000 to $2,000 in stable coins, so that way I can use it to pay bills and stuff like that, but I don't keep those in yield right now. Can't open OKX in Texas. It's telling something. Oh, yeah, that was because they did have a thing overseas, so Texas might not like them. You should be able to do it with an authenticator app. If you don't want to trust it, you can, I mean, don't deposit anything, obviously, if you don't trust it, but if you do like a VPN, if you put a VPN on, you should be able to access it. Don't forget iTrust Capital. They also hold CC, and you can open a Roth IRA in the US. There you go. I would like to work with them. They have yet to reach out to me. I haven't made it to the level of iTrust Capital yet, so quick recap for anyone who came in late, though. Let me pull this up, and we can get caught up. Oh, no, did I close out the wrong thing? I did. Here we go. So back to a recap for anyone who came in late, because a lot of new alpha just dropped over the last couple days for CC. Yuval Rooz hinting at the private subnet burns should be coming very, very soon. We have an early model of how to charge for CC burn in the sub networks. We're looking at different use cases to make sure the model scales across all models. And if so, we will run it through the tokenomics committee and then roll it out. It's a top priority, but we want to make sure we get it right. And on top of that, Chainlink coming in and providing partnership with Temple New York, increasing Temple's footprint in the DeFi protocols for Canton Network. Again, Temple New York is already the #1 platform that contributes to the burning of CC that runs through the global synchronizer. Yuval's core philosophy in regards to retail. Retail first. He says a network activity should work for its retail users instead of its retail users playing hot potato for its network. He has constantly echoed the sentiment of building around aligned incentives. That's why super validators, validators, and app developers earn CC for growing the network. Yuval Rooz himself has directly and repeatedly made this statement. The missing piece, private subnet burns. This is what's going to unlock everything. Broadridge, Goldman Sachs, HQLA, repo markets, DTCC, HQLA Plus. I think I already mentioned that. HSBC. All of those are running through the private subnets. None of them are contributing to the current burn or burn to mint ratio that we're looking at right now. So when this private subnet does finally pull through, we will see a ramp up in burn activity for the Canton coin. The tokenomics impact is accelerating the burn to mint equilibrium. Repo markets will accelerate it. Collateral flows, private lending, institutional settlement on the back end will create deflationary pressure for the Canton coin. I have no doubt. And as other people have mentioned, some other catalysts that will be coming up, we still are not listed on Binance or Coinbase, not to mention very, very, very little hardware wallet support. The only current hardware wallet that we have access to right now is the CypherRock X1. Links in the description. It does work. I was able to transfer my CC from Robinhood, from OKX, from Caleb and Brown to both the CypherRock X1 hardware wallet, the Braun wallet, and the Loop wallet on the Canton network, and then move on to DeFi protocols. But Ledger says we don't have an exact ETA to share at the moment, but our development team is actively working on integration Canton support into the Ledger wallet. So it looks like Ledger is acknowledging that this is a problem and they are working on it. But again, this will be a trusted wallet for retail users. One of the biggest pain points, if not the biggest pain point for CC holders, is they cannot move it to a trusted wallet from an exchange. This is going to solve that pain point. I've been talking with them about their Wallet Connect support as well. It looks like they are rolling out Wallet Connect support. So just like I did with the Loop wallet, if you're watching me with Alpend, just like I did with the Loop wallet, you'll be able to sign directly in apps using your Ledger account. That will make things very, very easy and safe. Why do I say it's safe? Some people don't like the idea of Wallet Connect. They think it's unsafe connecting your wallet to an app. It's less sending of CC. You still have to sign for it in your normal wallet, just like you were sending it to another account, just like you were sending it to an account to participate in DeFi. You just do everything directly from your wallet. It's less sending. It's less risk of something going wrong. So Chainlink, again, Chainlink partnering with Temple. This is going to expand crypto markets in Temple. It's going to expand commodities and it's going to expand equities. Right now, Temple is the #1 exchange for Canton Coin and the #1 contributor to the burn to mint equilibrium on the Canton network, burning 15% of the total CC every single month. So the bigger Temple New York grows, the better it is for all of us as CC holders. I'm going to have Evan from Temple New York on the channel the second week of June to talk about what they are doing over there. And then the Canton DeFi ramp up. Alpend is now starting their private beta. And currently, as of this morning, I'm now earning 8.32% on my CC. It was really that simple. You supply the CC, you earn the yield. Institutional privacy and private positions. No one knows where your CC is or what you're doing with it. And I'm not showing it here, but you can actually borrow assets against your wallet. So if I have $100,000 worth of CC and I need $20,000, I can borrow $20,000 in USDC and then stake it at 17%. So that's what they call looping, by the way. So let's back out of this real quick. Again, not financial advice, but I do think this is important. This is how the bigwigs make money, ladies and gentlemen. So you can borrow against your CC for 2.6% interest. So if I borrow against my CC and take if I borrow I can borrow CC at 2.66%. So I can borrow against my wallet, take CC, and then stake it for 8.3% and earn 6% on CC that's not even mine. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, everyone. But yes, that's called looping. Okay, so you can actually borrow against your wallet, take CC at 2.66%, turn around and stake it and earn 8.32%. This is called looping. I was discussing this with someone else a few days ago, actually. It's odd and ironic that it happens to come up in here. But it really is this easy. If you want to do it, once you get your private beta access, which I will have 5 to 10 here in the near future, you just click supply. I already have CC in my wallet. I'm going to supply 25 CC, review transaction, confirm the supply of the CC, approximately $4 worth. And it is processing. And once it finishes processing, it'll tell me my gas fee, which is usually 3 CC, because I got charged the same amount for doing 25 CC as I did for doing 14,000 CC. So it's usually about 3 CC per transaction. It's still processing, it's signing. So I was literally signing directly from my wallet and processing. Of course, it did it so smoothly the first time. I don't know why it's giving me so many problems this time. Come on. Come on now. I don't know why. We'll come back to it. It's hanging up for some reason. Again, it is in private beta. Again, this is the app as well. Let's go back while I'm waiting on this to, maybe it won't process. We'll see. But let's go back to the slides here, and we'll finish this up. So 8% yield moving now on the Canton network. JPMorgan came out and said, without network activity, ETH and altcoins will continue to lag behind Bitcoin. Real activity comes from DeFi and real world applications, and we are seeing that grow out quickly on the Canton network. Moody states that everything is going to come on chain slowly and then fast. Nearly all large US banks are building digital asset teams right now. It will be slow and then it will be fast as these teams come online and start moving things in, and then eventually everything is coming on chain. We're hearing it from Moody's, we're hearing it from BlackRock, we're hearing it from JPMorgan. The world is moving on chain. President Xi Jinping in China announced that the US have made important progress in trade consultations. This came from China, not from Trump. So what do we know? We have tailwinds now with decreasing issues in the Asia Pacific, and Moody's telling us that the banks are coming on full force, hot and heavy, because we just had the Clarity Act pushed through the Senate Banking GOP committee yesterday. Private burns are accelerating. We're getting hardware integration. Temple and Chainlink are partnering. The DeFi is growing rapidly, and the macro headwinds are now starting to shift to tailwinds with trade talks in China, Iran starting to dwindle down, maybe, fingers crossed, hopefully. What's the outcome going to be? More sustainable growth for us as CC holders. Higher real world usage means more CC burns, means more demand, faster burn to mint equilibrium, and more utility for retail. And it just continues to feed the cycle. So what is your edge in all of this? What do you need to do to make sure you're taking advantage of the Canton network? And again, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You should always do your own research, but you should track the private subnet burn rollout and the burn to mint equilibrium. You should also explore Alpend for yield if you so choose, and the other DeFi options that are available out there like OneSwap and many others, Braun Wallet. And I'm going to be talking about a lot of those more at length as we start really rolling into the DeFi protocols. Monitor Temple and Chainlink volume. See what Temple is actually doing, how they're producing, what they're contributing to that burn to mint equilibrium. And then keeping an eye on the DTCC timeline. July 13th rolls out the pilot with a full rollout in October. And again, always do your own research and your own due diligence. I love to help, but I am not responsible for your decisions. You need to make your own decisions and do your own research. And with that, that is the recap. That is the information. Let's check Alpend and see if my thing went through. Transaction failed. So let's go back and try again. So we're going to try 25 again. It says it's safe, no liquidation factor, 25 CC. Confirm supply. That time it worked. So it's pulling me up to my wallet to sign directly in my wallet. This is kind of how the Longview Crew app will work for signing transactions as well. I don't actually touch your keys. It pulls up your wallet and you sign in your wallet. That's what Wallet Connect does. So I have to put in my private PIN to authorize the transaction, which I just did. And it'll confirm it. And you can see my fee was 3.28 CC for the gas, which if you're only doing 25 CC, yeah, that's an expensive fee. But I already have 14,000 in here. I'm not trying to put more in right now. So the transaction was approved. It's done. It's now earning 8.32% on that yield. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's definitely a good thing. I'm going to be keeping some CC here. I'll let you guys know what it ends up doing. But as of right now, and it updates multiple times a day. So you get to see what you've earned throughout the day, throughout the weeks. Right now, I just put this stuff in this morning. I've already earned 0.26 CC. Again, it's 8.32% for the year, and you can withdraw at any time. You don't have to leave it in there. It's not locked in there. That is the information for today. And again, remember, DeFi does come with risk. All investments come with the risk of loss. And usually the higher the yield, the more the risk. So be prepared for that. This is your decision. Now, let's hop back into the chat and see what everyone else is doing here. RHO Labs, please explain, bro. So they're creating more on and off ramps through EVM side chains to Ethereum for liquidity. So they're providing more liquidity on and off ramps by bridging to Ethereum. How convenient, they'll figure it out later, is your response. This so advanced, yet they couldn't figure it out beforehand. They burn will not happen. Mark my words. I disagree with you wholeheartedly. I hope you're wrong, but I do disagree with you. I have a general knowledge question. Old coins other than Bitcoin, back when there was no institutional adoption, how did they pump to 3 digits? FOMO and speculation. That's it. It was all speculation. It was all people gambling. So like in the early 2019, 2020, 2021 and stuff like that, when stuff would shoot up thousands of percent, it was all speculation. It was gambling. It was degenerate gambling in 2020, 2021, because there was no amount of utility, especially at that time, that supported that level of valuation for some of those. Did I hear Decent has CC now? No, they do not. I confirmed that myself from Decent yesterday. Someone was in the chat saying that they could get CC on Decent. I spoke directly with them. They do not have it, and they don't have any plans on offering it in the near future. So Decent's out, Tangent's out, and LEPAL is out for now. LEPAL might still work. Ledger supports CC on their enterprise wallet, I believe. No, they don't. Not yet. Not per Ledger. Thanks for the updates. Canton is cooking. Yes, they certainly are. Ledger told me the same thing last month on my post. Exactly the same words. Well, there you go. That's on OKX. OKX is an exchange platform where you can buy CC. If you open an account with OKX and deposit $1, they give you $30 of free Bitcoin. I have a link for that in the description. What you were seeing as far as the Canton DeFi was on Alpend.com. They're in private beta right now, but you can go to Alpend.com and join the waitlist. And they told me they're going to be coming on the channel to discuss their platform here in the near future. They said they're going to give me 5 to 10 codes to hand out to viewers as well. So when I get those, I will be doing a giveaway for those as well. Make sure you follow me on X. It's at Longview Crypto, because I will be giving some of it out there as well as the channel. But that is on alpend.com, ALPEND.com. What is your holding period for staking and unstaking? There is no holding period. You can withdraw it at any time on Alpend. Morning from Australia. Love the content about CC. You're very welcome. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you hit the notification bell, because I will do a stream at some point where I'm giving away these codes. I'm just letting you know as soon as I get them. Nightly is another that holds Canton. Yes, it is. I don't like Nightly in console wallets because you have to download a what's the thing for your Chrome? An extension. You have to download a Google Chrome extension for console wallet and Nightly wallet. They work, don't get me wrong, but I just don't like the extension wallets personally. But they do work, and they do work with my app. But I like Loop and Braun. And CypherRock. As soon as CypherRock can start doing signing, I'll really like that. Matt Fitzgerald, I have bought my CC on iTrust Capital. You can buy as part of an IRA or just with cash, and I trust them holding. The only thing is it makes it hard to stake token. Exactly. That's the thing, right? Is what are you wanting to do with your tokens? Are you wanting to participate in DeFi? Are you wanting to just hold it and wait for appreciation? It's going to make everyone's situation different on what they're wanting to do. I like Caleb and Brown for my tokens that I'm just holding and not doing anything with, because it's free institutional custody. And then for my Canton that I'm not doing anything with, I like having it in cold storage custody, or Braun because it's recoverable. CypherRock is recoverable too. Damn it, we'll need to get a new wallet now. Link in the description for you, Raul, for the CypherRock. Scott, not sure what's going on with my email. I'll send you one from my other address. No worries, Kelly. Just letting you know. What's your opinion on Gunzilla Gaming Token? I have no opinion because I have no clue what you're talking about, unfortunately. So I have no opinion on that token. Knight Lewis. Huh. But yeah, if you guys are looking for Canton Network DeFi, I strongly suggest, number one, for wallets, Loop, Braun, or CypherRock. Those are the ones that I recommend. CypherRock link in the description. It's in Google Play Store. That's the one I'm using until Ledger fixes their mess. Okay, that's what you're using. Be careful with the Play Store too. Because remember, make sure you check what you're downloading, because remember there was that like fake wallet app that went out. I want to say it was Ledger. There was like a fake wallet app that went out and people updated it and all their shit got drained. So be careful what you're downloading. Just double check. Thoughts on privacy coins? I mean, I love Canton Network. When ARK releases the new token for Circle's new L1, I'm going to be buying that too. I think the privacy chains are going to be massive moving forward. And as much as I hate to admit it, you have to remember they just tokenized, or they announced BlackRock's tokenizing money market funds on Ethereum. JPMorgan's tokenizing money market funds on Ethereum. Ethereum's not going anywhere either. I always talk about following the money. I've been having a really, really conflicted, torn discussion with my inner self on if I should invest in Ethereum or not. Because just like Coinbase, I hate Ethereum. So I don't invest in any of those things, and I believe they're going to do well, but I don't invest in them off principle just because I don't like them. Aztec privacy coin, I've never heard of that one. I can't say I've heard of that one. But let's see. Updates for what's coming next. First off, make sure you guys hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. We do have a ton of information coming up in the very near future. Going to have interviews with Hessel and Kim, with Alpend, with Temple New York, with OneSwap. Also, collaborations with Mr. Foresight, Zebek Nation, Crypto Bellwether, and CyberX Trading. So, I mean, all the information you want around altcoins, it's coming, my friends. Yeah, ETH is suppressed. Beta tester for Gplay, 6 years strong. Wow, okay. Have you seen the 250K ETH thesis? I have not seen that. I pretty much did my own $100 CC thesis yesterday, though. That one everyone seemed to enjoy coming up with their own price predictions yesterday. Crypto says, I hate ETH. I do too. But here's the thing. I mean, if we talk about following the money and live on that plane, I mean, the money's going to Ethereum. BlackRock's building money market funds. JPMorgan's building money market funds. I mean, the money's going there. I can die on my pride and avoid it, but I'm investing in other areas that I think have similar or better ROI, but I'm just not a fan of Ethereum. I don't like the way the gas fees work. I think it's, again, manipulated, not necessarily suppressed, but I think it's manipulated largely by big money, just like Bitcoin. But hey, my opinion, not financial advice. But that's all the information today, guys. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you follow me on X at Longview Crypto. And if you guys want a free $30, OKX in the description. You get $30 in Bitcoin just for signing up and depositing $1. Why not? I'll catch you guys tomorrow.